action, all right?
Hello.
All right, this is episode, I want to say 12. Now,
Yeah,
guys,
12.
Guys, I actually have some news I want to share that I literally just got before we're right about to start this podcast.
Okay.
I know you kind of know, not really. I doubt you remember. I don't think you know.
What's that?
But I've been trying to study abroad in the fall.
No way.
Yeah.
And I literally just got accepted.
Oh,
Yay!
So depending on how COVID goes, like in fall, I'm gonna be in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Bro, you're eating all the pasta.
Bro,
basically.
yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
pizza, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a lot
putting
of
the ketchup on your pizza.
No.
Bro, I
Hot
probably
topic.
like fucking shun you or some shit.
Hot topic. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys put ketchup on your pizza?
Do you put ketchup with your goldfish?
Oh god.
My
That's
own
a
thing
debate.
is, I've never seen a piece of pizza be like, more tomato. Like, no.
I mean, I actually advocate for putting like slices of tomato on the pizza. Have you
Yeah.
ever-
Okay, that could be-
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty
You
good.
know what I mean? Adds like a
That's
fresh
pretty
At least
component.
that
Like a
kind-
roasted
that's something that
tomato?
I can kind of
Yeah.
see that, you know,
What's the difference then?
because it's tomato.
Like tomato sauce, they add sugar sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
little sweeter. So
Yeah.
Now, speaking of dinners, the first topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about is:
yes.
would you guys take the money or the dinner with Jay-Z?
Wait, expand on that point. What do you mean?
Oh,
by
yeah.
So
that?
I
know.
forgot.
So
okay.
you know the meme that went around like sometime around last year or something
Honestly,
like
that's like
Yeah.
the it's gone around more than once, but I feel like it like really went around this last time.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you rather take 500,000, right?
I think it was 500,000.
$500,000 from Jay-Z or a dinner with Jay-Z?
Not even from
I
Jay
think
Z.
it was,
It was
Oh,
it
it's just
was like
in
100K.
general?
I think it was 100K.
It was
was
100K? Okay.
100K or 500K. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter. A substantial amount of money
Mhm.
or a dinner with Jay Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you taking?
Yeah. We'll,
mean-
we'll start with Cyril.
Okay, this sounds kind of cringe to talk about right now, but so like, put it this way: we live in a material world where like money is
Material girl.
material girl. Yeah, but okay, but like, so because money is so necessary for our existence, you know what I mean? Like, we need to just live by the money. So that 500K or wait, 100K? How much?
100?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Substantial
Yeah.
amount of money.
Yeah, like that. Like I love Jay-Z. I listen to your music. I 444. I cry still sometimes, but
There's a beautiful album.
the thing about it though is like I need that money, you know. Like
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
to be paying off our loans. We need to be like making a future for ourselves. So I need the money basically. That's what I would say. But yeah,
No, I'm taking the money. Fuck the dinner with Jay Z.
yeah,
Yeah. Money all the way.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm taking
a-
dinner with Jay-Z.
for
Oh,
real.
really?
You be.
I'm just trolling.
Like,
Okay, but playing devil's advocate,
Yeah.
the reason why I would take the dinner with Jay-Z is if I had like an amazing business plan.
Yeah.
Like a well thought out business plan that
Yeah,
I
he
thought
just-
was gonna be super successful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean,
I
that's
mean?
true.
Mhm.
That I could make more. That I think could make more money than whatever money is offered to me.
In that scenario, I can kind of see why you would
Yeah.
do that, but I'm just like with
Kind of make it like, like a Shark Tank type of thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But if I get the choice of either 100K or 500K, whatever it is, I'm just like, I might be enough to just do the idea on my own.
That's
Yeah,
true
that's
too.
true.
Yeah.
That's true too. But also the thing is that Jay-Z has that entrepreneurship experience already.
More than
you know?
us, that's
More
the
than
point.
you know what I mean.
But if you got,
Well, I'm not
and
saying
then
that I'm
also-
gonna do
yeah.
the dinner with Jay-Z, but I'm just
we're
saying.
just saying in this hypothetical.
Yeah,
scenario.
right.
But then
Right.
also, you know, I mean, Jay-Z, he is a legend, but he's also been known with his businessman like practices to be very, very ruthless.
Oh
Really?
So like, who's to say?
How so? I don't.
How
I didn't
so?
know.
You know, pretty much it's just like, I don't know like the specifics, but it's like, you know, with like his artists, like, you know, just not really like, you know, promoting them as much as he should.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just, you know, with like certain things like, you know, scheming to get his albums to go #1, like, you know, Magna Carta Holy Grail,
Wow.
that released along with like, you know, a sprint campaign, like it came in.
Oh, but everyone does
I
that.
remember
Though.
that.
Every artist
Yeah,
does that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Their
Um,
artist merchandise is included in album sales
Mhm.
Yeah.
sometimes.
I thought they removed that recently.
Oh,
They-
really?
They
Yeah.
kind of did, but I think there's still like a kind of a loophole they can
Yeah.
get away with, but it's like a lot more difficult than it used to be.
Okay.
Mm.
But
Cool.
speaking of like labels not pushing their artists, what I don't understand, and he kind of talked about this in the Kanye documentary about how like he got signed.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Oops.
You haven't watched
No,
it
not
yet?
yet.
Oh.
But go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead. It's
spoilers.
fine. It's okay.
Is he kind of got signed to Jay-Z's label and everything, and then like you were just like, okay, I give up, and Kanye, like
Yeah,
I don't
Right,
get that, like.
right.
I don't understand how you sign an artist and just give up on them. You don't even give them one shot. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the person that artist the Kanye was trying to like make beats for, also spoiler, but the person he was trying to make beats for, his name was like PD or whatever.
Was it PD Rock?
PD Rock.
PD
whatever,
Rock,
whatever his
something.
name was. He's not Pete Rock.
Oh, Poppy Rock.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, he's like irrelevant now. Like, you
But
know,
dude,
like
that was most of the artists in that documentary, especially in that first episode.
yeah.
Most of those artists that were signed to Rockefeller, I had no clue who they were.
I mean, you know,
And
there's
their
like the big
defense-
ones, like, you know, like Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, all those.
Yeah,
like,
there
even
was
if they're
some-
not making music
right.
nowadays, they were known. But like PD, like, who the hell is that? Like,
Yeah.
you don't
And
know
like,
this man?
there's artist defense. If you think about it, like even just like 10 years ago, the popular artists that were popular like 10 years ago have like most of them have fallen off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like think about like that documentary was shot like almost 20
Dude,
years
even
ago.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Well, at least in rap.
but
Well,
even
because
in general, just like it's
Yeah,
hard
in
to stay
general.
in like whatever genre you're in and stay like relevant
yeah,
for like a long period of time.
but like zoning in on that, like I feel like especially in rap, because we went through that SoundCloud phase.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that died out, and a lot of artists who were relevant like 4 or 5 years ago, while we were in high school,
Mhm.
are like not relevant anymore. You know what
What's
I
an
mean?
example?
Besides like Little Uzi Vert, you know, 21,
Yeah.
Playboy.
You think Ray Shrummer is still relevant?
I would
Ray Shrummer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, they're not
SoundCloud,
SoundCloud
yeah.
rappers. They're not. They were like they were like
Like
almost
a
in
little bit
middle
before,
school.
yeah.
They were kind of middle school, like 8th grade.
I was gonna say eighth grade,
freshman.
eighth grade
Yeah.
freshman year. I want to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider them SoundCloud
Okay.
rappers.
Fair
They're like closer to Future than they are to SoundCloud.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Lil Pump fell off so hard.
Mhm.
Yeah,
J. Cole, 1985, 100% accurate.
I mean, I can't name any artists specifically, but there was
Lil Xan.
yeah, but everyone was listening to SoundCloud back in the day, and now no one really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or just not even the actual rap from SoundCloud, but just that type of persona is not popular anymore.
It's not.
Like that little pump, like the troll,
Mhm.
like the 6ix9ine type shit is not.
6ix9ine fell off hard.
Had its
That's
waves.
because he's a shitty person as well.
That's no. I mean, those type of people are shitty,
Yeah.
but like the trolling type of vibe is like gone now.
Uh-huh.
People
You know
just
what I
stop
mean?
giving
I mean,
it attention.
Right,
you know,
right.
like there's still artists that are trolls that are popular. Like, you know, Lil Nas X. Definitely a big
He kind of
troll.
troll, but
but-
his is a different kind of troll.
Yeah, his
that's
is
it.
like a self-awareness type
Yeah.
of troll.
He's
Like,
like kind of trolling to prove a point, but then
Yeah,
there's other
right,
people
right,
that
right.
just troll
Where
it.
like
Yeah.
6ix9ine was
Yeah.
trying to start like controversy on purpose.
Yeah.
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 Where like I feel like Lil Nas, like if there's some controversy about him, he just kind of like says something about it. Where I feel like 6ix9ine kind of would also start some.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
right.
Yeah. It's intentional for sure.
Yeah.
Like the dude is like honestly he seems pretty smart. Like
Yeah.
Lil Nas X. Like
Mhm.
in comparison, all these other dudes they just seem like kind of just like they're just trying to get viral, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do a lot of silly shit. So,
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I was watching this video the other day, and it was talking about who's the next Drake.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't
You
see
saw
that video,
that?
but I saw it like pop up in my
Oh
feed.
yeah, from like
Yeah.
Hip Hop Madness
Yeah.
or whatever his name is on YouTube. And
Is there a next Drake? I don't think so.
well, like
terms of
that's
just,
that's
like,
the
popularity
question.
and, like,
That's the question I'm
longevity?
posing. Like,
Yeah.
who do you think is the next Drake
Uh-huh.
from this generation? Because you know,
Mm.
Drake is kind of falling off. Like we can all agree.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
Yeah.
CLB wasn't really that good, and he got a lot of hate for that.
Lil
Yeah.
Baby?
And
I don't really listen
Not
to
in
Lil
the
Baby.
terms of like music or sound,
Yeah.
but like
I
think
guess-
about popularity and maybe longevity. We have to wait and see on that.
yeah,
But if we're just talking about who's the next artist who's gonna stay popular for a long period of time,
right.
is that just what our criteria is?
Like
Are we talking
no
about sound?
Drake, no Drake. Just like how Drake is like he appeals to the masses, to like every type of person.
So that's what I mean, popularity
You know what I mean?
and longevity.
Lil Baby, you're saying. is that-
But I mean, there's popularity, and then there's Drake. You
Uh-huh.
understand what I'm saying? Because Lil Baby's
Yeah.
already popular,
Yeah.
but Drake goes beyond his
Honestly,
appeal is
you
beyond rap.
You could play
You know
some
what I
Drake
mean?
songs with like your mom, and she'd probably be like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah, right.
He probably
right.
can't play a Lil Baby song. She'd be like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
right.
Not to say
right.
that maybe one of those songs. I don't really listen to Lil Baby, so maybe
Yeah.
that's me and my fault.
Well,
But like,
You also have to consider, you know, the where Drake was at when he started his career. You know,
Right.
like people didn't expect he would be this point. Like Drake.
no, he was a Degrassi rapper.
Yeah. Like when Take Care came out, when shit, like nothing was the same came out.
Right.
I feel like there wasn't this expectation that he'd be like synonymous with just like popular music.
Right.
So like honestly, if you were to ask that question, it depends on like which artist it feels like from where they're at now can grow into like a different level, you know? Because like it's honestly probably a lot of young people right now, they wouldn't be at that level, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So in the video, it was saying Little Baby could be one of them, but the thing about Little Baby is like your mom won't like Little Baby.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you were saying,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
like
You know,
it's
Drake-
just because he has that Atlanta sound that not everyone appeals to. That's not like a mass appeal.
I'm not saying Lil
That's
Baby
like-
can't make hits, but
Right.
like Drake knew how to make like a hit. That
Yeah,
was
right,
Everyone would
right.
love
That everybody sing along to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also another thing is that I think you can move in a little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. I think Little Baby is also going in a different direction. Like it was talking about in the video how he did the thing during Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
where he made the song, that song. I forgot the name of the song. I'm
Bigger
sorry.
picture.
Bigger Picture, yeah. And that's something that Drake stays away from. You know what I mean? Like Little Baby decided to go kind of like into the political route. You know what I mean? Or take a stance. Not necessarily political, but take a stance.
After that song, I think Lil Baby kind of like said he's not gonna make any more songs like that.
I thought he said he was. I thought he said he
I don't know.
was.
I just when I heard like
Really?
a statement put out by him, just like, yeah, this is just like a one-time thing. Don't expect a big shift in my music from now on. Just
Oh,
because
really?
it's-
I thought he said that he was gonna not necessarily take a shift for every song to be like that, but
like more of those.
more conscious. You know what I mean? A little more
Yeah.
conscious. But I don't know. I don't really listen to Little Baby that much.
Yeah.
But another one that I think actually made a good point is Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking Jack Harlow might actually be the next Will Smith. Because
The next Will Smith.
And in
Wow.
terms
Okay.
of where he was a rapper turned actor.
Do you think Jack Harlow has like acting chops? You feel
I don't know.
He's in a
He's gonna
movie.
be in
He's
a
gonna be in a
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what
in
I'm
a
just
movie.
saying. I feel like people like Jack Harlow enough where he could
I mean,
become
yeah.
a popular actor.
He's
if he wanted to.
personable for
I
sure.
don't know. I also saw another videos by, Chauncey, if y'all know him.
I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of
But
course.
like pretty much,
Shout out Chauncey.
he was
Yeah,
saying
thanks.
like
You're welcome
Jack
to something.
Harlow kind of just like is carried by his personality.
But
Like,
so
you
is
know-
Drake though. That's the
The
thing.
thing is, Drake, he's like made innovations in music. Like he doesn't do that as much nowadays, but like when he was coming up, his sound
Yeah.
was like completely different than like anything else you would hear.
What's
Yeah.
an example?
That was a different Drake though. We're talking about Drake, what Drake is now, from like 2015 to like now. Like
Yeah.
not everyone was listening to Take Care. Not everyone was listening to
Yeah.
Nothing Was the Same. That was a different era of Drake. We're talking about mass appeal Drake making the hits. Drake,
Honestly,
you know what I
you
mean?
could, the Nothing Was the Same kinda. You could, but I
Yeah.
think you could honestly say Take Care was really popular. Like
It
Yeah,
was, but
that's
amongst
true.
the rap culture. You understand what I'm saying? And like,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Nothing
Not-
Was the Same had some like classics that it went out of the hip.
I'm not denying that there is some classics and that people outside of rap listen to Take Care.
Yeah.
But again, like, I know I'm focusing on the mom argument thing, but like, our moms are not listening to fucking Take Care.
Yeah.
But they could definitely listen to One Dance, is what I'm saying.
No, there were
You know what I
definitely
mean?
some
But the
like
thing
Take
is
Care like
Jack
songs on the
Harlow
radio
making
that
songs like
definitely.
One Dance.
No, but he's making
Yeah.
songs that appeal to everybody, though. To people even outside of rap. Like, and
I
he
feel
has
like
that
it's super
personality. He has that personality that appeals to more than rap. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I sort of get what you're saying.
I feel like it's too early to say.
Yeah.
It's too. It is. But
Yeah.
like his trajectory and his growth, it's just like he's appealing to a lot of different communities so far. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he is necessarily going to be the next Drake, but in my opinion, I do agree that he does have a pretty good chance.
Well-
Just because he makes hits he's good at making hits.
I guess he can make hits, but like I don't know.
But you don't really like him either.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I don't really like him.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I mean,
just-
like outside of what's poppin'? What big ass hit has
But
Jack
that's
Harlow
the thing.
had?
It's still, his career is still young.
That's
Yeah.
true,
You know what
that's
I
true,
mean?
that's
Yeah.
We don't know what's in, like. Even though we don't listen to Nailtech blew the fuck up too.
What's
You know
that
what I
one?
mean?
It was his newest single. It
Yeah,
was,
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I didn't like it. You probably wouldn't like it,
Okay.
but
it's like covering my face.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
You're all good, bro.
to be honest though, like this is maybe a factor that we're not taking into account. Because maybe it's like just bias, but I feel like something you have to consider is like how attractive the rapper is. Because Drake, lots of like, I'm not gonna say all women, but like a lot of people like they like, oh my god, he's a cutie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you have to
People
take.
say that about Jack Harlow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say they
yeah.
swoon over him like, oh my god, he's so cute. Yeah. So
It's just I think Jack Harlow has that Drake personality. You know what I mean? That
Okay.
like that confidence and that.
No, I would never say that like Drake had like a personality like Jack Harlow.
okay.
You don't think
Like,
so?
Cause like I don't think so, at least. Not to say that Drake doesn't have a personality, but like I don't know, like I feel like he got a different-
I do.
Okay.
kinda
I mean,
see.
I think one thing about I mean I haven't delved too much into Jack Harlow, like
Yeah.
you know, but one thing about him versus Drake is I think like you know, Drake makes in my opinion makes better music than Jack Harlow, but
Yeah.
like you know, Jack Harlow seems more like genuine than Drake.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's kind of been turning me
That's
off of
true.
Drake for a lot. Like recently, he's
fake
coming
ass
out.
loving dad.
Yeah. Like he's 1 minute he's
ooh.
like I'm a pop,
Yeah.
I'm just like a pop guy, you know, and then the next minute he's like
Yeah.
I'm a gangster. Then the next minute he's like, now I'm a toxic R&B nigga, and it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
It's
next
kinda
minute
fake.
he's a loving father.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, did you? I actually just read this because I don't know. I was listening to the story of Eddie. Actually, have you heard the new Pusha T song? It's like called
Diet Coke?
Diet Coke.
Yeah,
It's really
fire.
good.
Or-
But
I like
did
the
he-
beat.
yeah, it's good.
Did you see that he did a Arby's commercial?
Yeah, I
Oh.
saw
Just saying
that.
McDonald's.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I gotta check that out. But
Yeah.
I was just reading again, like about story of Adidon, and I didn't know that Drake was going to talk. Like he was prepping to talk about his son in like an Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that feels fake as fuck. Like
It does.
you're gonna debut your child in like a
With
commercial.
a new like sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like switching from Nike to Nike must have been thrilled when Pusha T dropped that diss tape though. 'Cause they gotta keep Drake.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's like the most 21st capitalist century thing I've ever
Late-stage
heard in my
capitalism
life.
at its
Like,
finest.
I'm gonna reveal my kid in an Adidas commercial.
That's
like.
so lame. Yeah. Sorry, that's.
And then like wasn't
3 stripes,
when-
1 kid.
wasn't like when his child was being born or something, Drake was like playing Fortnite with like Ninja or something like
No,
that.
that was Playboy Cardi.
No, Playboy Cardi
was
was
That was
Playboy
Playboy Cardi. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who was playing video games while his son was being
Yeah,
born.
no, that was with Uzi. I'm not like I could have sworn I saw something with
Really?
like Drake and like Ninja playing.
But,
when his
that
child
was-
revealed.
That's like deadbeat dad energy. What the fuck?
From what I
Yeah,
know, I think
don't know.
he just happened to have been playing Fortnite.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
people
that's
Yeah,
true. That's
like,
true.
yeah.
But it just
Yeah.
adds to like the whole like 21st century late
Yeah,
stage journalism.
yeah.
Of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
that little phase where rappers were collaborating with like gamers? Like,
Yeah.
what was
Trying to
that?
hop
What
on.
was
Okay,
that?
Hold up. I know. I already know your answer, but
Yeah.
are video games a sport? Because they're an e-sport.
It depends on the type of video game. I feel like some people take it super competitively. Some people like they see like PUBG or Fortnite or specific games, and they like specifically specialize in like learning how to be like
Really good at it.
Yeah. But like I play video games quite a bit, and I've never seen it that way. I just
Yeah.
like take it casually. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of just like anything could be professionalized if you try. Like, you
But
know,
it's not if it's a professional or not. Is it a sport?
Yeah. Just because it's
Yeah.
competitive doesn't mean it
It's a
needs to be a
sport.
sport.
I mean, I think sports have that inherent competition.
Mhm.
You know, like some people
Right.
even argue like bowling is a sport.
It
Or,
is.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah, bowling.
Bowling requires like physical activity.
Well, sports don't necessarily always have to have physical activities. What my argument would be, like some people even say chess is a sport.
Chess is a sport.
Yeah,
I would
see?
consider chess
Yeah.
a sport.
I wouldn't consider chess a sport. It's an
Uh,
activity. It takes
Yeah.
skill.
Uh,
It's
Yeah.
a skill but I wouldn't call it a sport.
Would you call like a trivia competition a sport?
No.
Damn hater. That's okay. That's okay.
That's
Jeopardy
the
is a
thing.
sport.
That's the thing.
I mean,
It's just like just because you're skilled at it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of those things I feel like I would be better at than like a lot of sports. But like I don't know, I don't know if I consider them like
I'm not hating
sports.
on like
I
e-sport.
feel like
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. No, the
It's
reason
not a
why I
sport.
make the argument is because like, I'm from Missouri, everybody. Just so you know. And
Howdy.
like, so our like athletic association is called like the high school. It's called like the high school athletic association. They lumped in like trivia, like whether it's like I did like trivia competitions as a high schooler. There's
Mhm.
also like science olympiad and like math stuff. They
Right.
were lumped in as the same thing. It's not, maybe it's not athletics particularly, but they called it like a sport.
Mm.
So I understand that it's not necessarily like the same, like it doesn't have to be, but it's just sometimes there's this terminology that it's like a competition, and for that reason, that's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not saying those things don't require skill
Maybe it
and
is.
practice.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe it is a sport, but what we know as sports is athleticism. You understand? Like, there's a
Yeah.
difference between athleticism and sport. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean,
No.
Because okay,
what you mean.
like basketball
Mhm.
takes athleticism, right?
Yeah.
And is a sport.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say trivia
Uh-huh.
doesn't take athleticism, but is a sport because we use our cognitive.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what people's
You
like
know what I mean?
arguments are towards video games. That it requires like hand-eye coordination and all
Yeah,
this other
right.
bullshit.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So maybe Cyril's making
It
a
can-
point
I
because
mean,
there's
it
a
can take as much effort as a sport. Not necessarily like physically,
yeah, right,
but you know,
right.
like
For sure.
mentally, you have to have as much
I'm
focus.
not
as
saying
Right.
they're not similarities.
Yeah.
Similarities. I'm
Right.
just saying that like trivia or like video games is not the same as like basketball or like football. Like it's just
Yeah,
a
of
sport.
course, yeah.
And that's just my argument. Like it's its own skill. And I'm not saying it like doesn't require practice and like skill
Yeah.
and determination and all this
Yeah.
other shit.
But
It's
what's
just
the
not a
definition
sport.
of sport? Like we should look up the definition of
Good
sport.
fact.
Oh,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
Yeah.
Because it could be if the physical activity part is not necessarily part of the definition.
Right,
Like
right.
it could,
Yeah.
like athletics could be separated.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to argue
Yeah.
is that like athleticism is something separate from
Yeah.
being a sport. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a noun and it's an activity involving physical exertion and skill
Uh-huh.
in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment.
Interesting.
So they have physical exertion as part of the definition.
So
yeah.
But if you take physical exertion out, I feel like it would fit with
yeah,
all those other things.
yeah.
I feel like the thing about it is also. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like a part of it as well is like I think sometimes it's like even athletics themselves are not always sports, you know.
Mhm.
Like some people like I exercise. They say that like I exercise. I do like like
Just
workouts.
strength and conditioning.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily I'm doing an organized sport.
But is that's
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
competition in just like benching. Unless you're
Yeah.
doing professional like lifting,
Yeah.
like that's like bodybuilding.
Right.
That I guess that would
But
be
that's
a sport.
kind of refuting your argument if
Oh,
you really think about
good
it.
point. Good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but, so do we consider high level of cognitive thinking or a specialized level of cognitive thinking physical exertion?
So like would debates therefore be a sport?
Because that's high level of cognitive thinking. You're exerting physically. You know what I mean? It's just in your brain though.
Yeah. Like also people when they train for that, if you ever watch like competitive debate stuff,
Yeah.
they have to practice how like they were able to present a lot of like shit. And it's
Yeah.
like they literally have
Yeah.
to train in like how they say a lot of information at one point. So there's like a physical component to it, you know? Like people have to practice like there's this thing called policy debate where people have to like practice saying words with like 200 or 400 words within like per minute. And so when they talk, they're like, it's like Eminem type of stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then wouldn't it be considered, because I would consider high level cognitive thinking or specializations, like let's say video games, you know, you're thinking cognitively in a specific way to press these buttons or whatever, you know what I mean? To be a physical exertion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not, we just can't see it like we do in like basketball.
No, I
You
know,
know what I mean?
but my whole point is like that's a skill. I'm not knocking it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, and I'm not knocking like the difficulty and the amount of practice and all this other
Right,
stuff.
right.
and like how much you like put into like the game.
Yeah.
It's just
You old head.
yeah.
Nah.
No, do you think video games are a sport?
I don't know. After this argument, I'm kind of in the
unsure.
middle.
I'm
I'm kind of in
unsure,
the
yeah.
I'm
middle.
more on the fence, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind
very
of in the
unsure.
middle. Like I could see why and I could see why not. You know what
also,
I mean?
everything doesn't have to be a sport. I think
That's
that's
yeah,
cool.
Right, yeah.
Like, it can
Like-
be just video games.
What's the stigmatization of making a thing a sport? Like,
Uh-huh.
Well, you
Like,
see-
why does something have to be proven as a sport?
yeah.
Well,
Like-
let me say, I feel like at least for like men, there's kind of this assumption that sports is like a part of our like way of being. So that's why there's like kind
part
of
of
this,
our personality.
yeah, exactly. And so that's why
We're
like
not wrong.
that quality, like for a lot of men who even don't really like participate
Yeah, right.
in like athletic sports,
Yeah.
like there's the reason why, is because it's like supposedly trying to like extend that conversation for more men, but also I don't know what I'm saying, but like I don't know.
No. Yeah. Keep going, dude.
Yeah, it's weird because like at the same time, like I don't necessarily think that men should be defined by sports solely.
No,
Yeah,
that's not even the argument
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to make.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know that's we're just going
Yeah,
into a
like,
different
why,
topic.
like,
you know what
why
I mean?
we feel the need to like
Yeah.
make it.
Why do we feel the need
Yeah.
to define things as sports?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like that
that's
plays a
what
part in
we're
it,
questioning.
But then also, I feel like a lot of it too goes down to, you know, like if you're in different organizations, like you're in a school or something, like you
Yeah.
know, they always give funding to sports.
yeah,
So if you want funding for like something that you know is not considered a sport, but is still very important, then you know, like you can feel the need to like make an argument, like actually this is a sport. This
yeah.
is why they should get funding for certain things.
I think also it has to do with like the fact that if you say you play a sport, there's like a professionalism to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this.
Some people are just like, wow.
Yeah, like
you
wow.
play a
You know what I
sport.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what
Yeah.
sport do you play? Rocket League.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could say that you treat certain things like a sport.
Hmm.
And like, I guess you
Oh.
could say like,
Ah,
you know, it
yeah,
is
yeah.
like a
true.
but like you wouldn't necessarily mean like it is. A
Is
sport,
poker a
you know?
sport?
Mm.
They show it on ESPN.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is
The
ESPN
World Series
the
of-
benchmark though?
They
Like,
show the
Oh.
spelling
Yeah.
bee on ESPN.
Spelling
Yeah.
Spelling bee
bee,
is
Right.
hard.
Yeah.
Spelling bee is a
Yeah.
good time. You should
Mm.
watch the spelling bee.
Spelling bee is fun. I
Yeah.
love watching it. High key.
I mean,
I watched the finals.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. That shit begin
Yeah.
like, dude, is he gonna spell that shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys, you guys want to spell words?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What's
Hold on.
All right. In this segment of this podcast, spelling words.
All gas, no brakes. Spelling bee.
Let's go.
Sporting spelling bee.
Okay. Sarah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Your word
Spell
is.
CYRIL. That's too bad.
Alright. Your word is benevolent.
Fuck. Okay.
Benevolent.
BENEVOLENT. Benevolent.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Hey.
No, this is a setup, bro.
Your
I'm
word.
Hispanic, okay?
Your word is omnipotent.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's hard.
OM NI PI
You're on it.
TANT.
Nah.
I know.
I was close. Was I close?
One letter.
Nah, it was OMNIPOT.
Oh, slow down.
OM.
OMNIPOTENT.
And I.
PO.
All right.
Damn.
That's
Elias, your word is ubiquitous.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good word.
I like that word.
UBIQUTOUS.
You missed the B in the beginning.
Damn.
Ubiquitous.
I
You said UI.
He did say the B.
Oh, then you got it right.
Hey, let's go.
Good job. Well, I
Alright.
already saw it. You gotta go to a different
Alright.
like list because I saw those words.
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
list.
All right, spell Elias the Ethiopian way.
ELY.
Not ELIY.
Ah! God is a.
Oh man, that's so sad. Okay.
That's so sad.
It's sad, Lalito.
Yo, wait.
He just went to an Ethiopian restaurant.
Okay. This is a challenge. You won't know the answer to this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But spell my middle name. It's Resurrection.
Bro. Oh,
R
Okay.
E S. I already had that. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
So res. U
Uh-huh.
R.
Uh-huh.
think about it in Spanish, bro.
Yeah. Because
Like, is there another R there or not?
It's the
Don't-
Spanish spelling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
If
with
he gets it
another R.
wrong.
Another R. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
E
Uh-huh.
C
Uh-huh.
and Tion.
Think about it in Spanish,
Yeah,
bro.
think about it in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Let me go.
Yeah,
Let me go. Okay, resurrección. RESURRE. Is it double C?
Yeah.
Double C. Oh, let's go.
Okay.
ION. Is it?
Wow.
Wow.
Bridge spelling bee.
Yeah, that's the right
Resurrección.
spelling.
Yes.
And plus,
I
gave
wouldn't
you-
have guessed the double C. But
Nah,
I
I
would
wouldn't
have
have
guessed
the double C,
It don't surprise
Yeah.
you.
Oh, do you think you would have gotten the double R if I didn't tell you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna
let's
say double
spell
R.
all of our
Because
middle
that's how you
names.
spell it in
I
Spanish.
don't have a
That's
middle
how you-
name.
I'll spell all of our
Okay.
middle names? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Elias. Well, how was your middle name?
Okay, my middle name is Desalin.
Desalin.
Are you gonna say Dasani at first?
Dasani, yes, I just love Dasani water
Wait,
so much.
Desaling or Desaling?
Desaling, yes,
Desaling.
yeah,
Alright, can I try?
sure.
D-A-S...
What is
No,
this
sorry.
podcast?
Let me reset.
Okay.
D-E-S-A-L-E-N-G. Desaling.
No, you're
No?
close.
Damn, alright.
Desalegen.
Damn, I wonder how we're gonna spell it.
That sounds like. That sounds like. Oh yeah, Joseph.
Oh.
You don't even have one.
I know. How do you guys spell my middle name like this?
Oh god. All right.
Actually, so,
okay.
okay, may I spell Joseph?
Yeah, go ahead.
J-O-S-E-P-H.
Wrong. No, it's not.
Actually, not the
Alright, guys, I have a game for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. How many names do I have? Just guess the number.
Two.
Right.
No.
Oh no, you got so Eduardo.
Don't put my government on like that, bro.
Okay, so.
Let's put it with the.
It's good in a little bit.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you got.
Maybe
like-
don't put them all out on blast, but count in your head.
Okay. So you got at least like 3. Is it like 5?
Probably.
Probably. What?
I gotta think, because I got a lot. So you go.
Okay.
'Cause I remember-
I would probably be the one to guess this, bro. I probably know more than you.
It's possible. Take a guess.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a weird verb. My bad. I do that sometimes, folks. Okay.
Cokes.
Toast.
Toast.
Shout out his song Toast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking like toast, doing some coke skin. That's not a lyric.
Oh, me and my people doing the most. Most.
Guys, we're not high, okay?
What?
Y'all be freestyling.
And we're good at it. We're very good at it. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
I think I have the official answer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Man, this is hard.
Are we counting Cachao? Cachao King.
Now, yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna say 8.
At first, I thought about it. I'm like, damn, he was right, 5. But then he said Cachao King, so 6.
Oh,
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
But
I was gonna say 7.
yeah, how'd you get 8?
No,
Damn.
I was gonna get 7 because that's like an inside joke between
Oh,
us.
yeah,
So
7,
yeah, but then I added Cachao King, so I didn't actually have 7.
But if we're being dead ass,
That's so dumb.
like 3 or 4. If we're including some funny ones, like 6.
Okay.
If we're including some stupid ones, like 8. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, so the thing that I wanted to talk about was I was thinking about this in the shower,
Sure.
and I'm a server, so I was thinking about tipping, like that. Why don't some people tip? Is what I was asking.
Okay,
You know
these
what
some
I mean?
bitches.
It's just like, it's really not that hard, man.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can go out to eat, you can tip. in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And if you can't afford the tip, don't go out to eat.
Yeah.
Just cook at home. You got you got the Kraft mac and cheese at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this,
You know
is
what
the,
I mean?
this is the question.
Good job.
Do y'all tip at like places like Subway?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
If it isn't like a
No.
like a waiter comes, takes my order, and brings my food,
Yeah.
I'm probably not tipping.
If wait, sorry.
So like if you go to a restaurant, it's like you got your waiter, you sit down, the waiter
Yeah.
comes takes your order, like brings
Yeah.
your food. That and like delivery drivers,
Yeah.
I'll tip. Other
Yeah,
than
right.
that, like no.
Wait. I posed to you. Posed to y'all a counter argument. Like, what if the person behind the counter is like kind of cute, and you're like, you want to tip
Wait,
just
should
to
you
like.
be? Should you be?
Well, that's
flirting with
different.
them at their
That's
job?
different.
Okay.
That's different.
But then
Yeah.
what would you gain in that? Like you
Yeah.
just gave her like $1, like for nothing.
I mean, I always hear that people don't like to
Yeah.
be flirted with at work. So like,
really?
Also,
yeah.
also that's really misogynistic that you
Oh.
can claim
No,
women
I'm
with
not-
money.
Bro,
Wait, hold up. Okay, folks,
I'm just playing.
Okay.
Cyril is the most least misogynistic
Yeah.
person.
that's
Okay.
not true. He's Mr. Misogynistic.
Do you hear that, women?
They've called me out. I am a misogynist and racist.
Hey, no one said racist.
No
You
one
said
said
racist. Everybody pointed at Cyril like call him
Okay.
racist.
Okay, no, for real though, for real. The reason why I don't tip people like at
Yeah.
Subway and at Cold Stone or whatever is because they make a higher wage than a server.
Yeah.
That's-
So me being a server, I only make $9 an hour.
yeah.
So I need those tips. What people don't understand is that servers need those tips to make like the minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even though, I mean, in my opinion, I'm privileged to make more than the minimum wage based off my tips. But it's just like, it's like, and
Yeah.
that's the difference. That's
Yeah,
the
If you
difference.
ain't getting tips, you ain't getting the minimum wage. That's
Right,
pretty much what it
right.
is.
I'm getting $9 an hour if I don't get tipped. You know what I mean?
Actually, technically, the minimum wage is actually 25 or 7.25 nationally.
Oh,
But what about
for real.
Illinois specifically?
But in
Like,
Chicago, I live in
Yeah.
Chicago though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
15 in
Live in-
Chicago.
live in the
Yeah.
nation.
Fair point. Yeah.
I'm just being a bitch, by the way.
But it's like also another thing that really pisses me off is when people don't tip because their food sucked.
That's not the
Yeah,
waiter.
that's
not the waiter's fault.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
did
bro.
everything you could to make their experience.
I'm only part.
pleasant.
Yes, exactly.
You're
I'm
only half
only
of
the
it.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm only half of the experience.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with the cooks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or the
Yeah.
prices.
Or the
Yeah.
prices. I hate that shit too.
People
You
be
know?
shooting the messenger, like it's
Yeah.
even like not a thing just with like this. It's not even necessarily related to tips, but like if I worked at like grocery stores, if they institute like some type of like policy that's dumb or whatever, they
Yeah.
like try to blame you for it. It's like
Right.
I wasn't in
Yeah.
charge of
I
this
just
at all.
stocked
Like
the milk here.
Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
statement,
When I
like,
worked-
hey man, I just
Yeah.
work here. Like,
When I
Yeah,
worked-
yeah.
one of my
I feel like
favorites.
people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know
when
what
I
I mean?
worked at Walmart, they like
Yeah.
instituted like the door policy where you have to check it every time.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Do you have to do this?
Yeah.
Come on, what's wrong with you?" It's like,
Yeah.
this
It's
is
like
not me.
another thing. I feel like serving is really sexist too.
It's very sexist. Yeah.
Serving is super
Explain.
sexist.
How?
Just based off my own personal experience at my job, I'm the
Yeah.
only male server, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes just because I'm a male,
Yeah.
I get tipped less.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? Especially for men.
Yeah.
Especially for
Yeah.
men, I feel like I get tipped less than like, because we have usual customers, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I take care of a usual customer,
Yeah.
and it's a guy. It's like some
Yeah.
single dude or whatever, and they
Yeah.
tip me like $5.
So maybe
But then they tip the lady like 20. They tip
Yeah.
like one of my coworkers was like 20.
Call
So
him
maybe-
Cyril.
yeah, I was gonna say, it goes into the thing you brought
Yeah.
up.
I
was kidding.
Yeah.
My thing about it is I agree that it's objectifying. It's kind of weird to but my reason is sometimes like I subconsciously think like I had a pleasant conversation with them and I think they were kind of cute, but like I'm not ever gonna like make a move or anything, so I'm
Right.
just like going to tip, But the reasoning for it is like it's not necessarily like, on my end, not for everybody, but on my end, it's just because like I appreciate this person. I thought it was cool to meet them.
Yeah.
But I agree though. There's these instances where it feels like the sole reason why they're tipping more is because they're
Right.
a female,
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
And like, I mean, I'm not trying to be like pro whatever, pro-misogynist or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it really is
Yeah,
true though.
misogynist.
Like even when we say the word waitress, like
Yeah.
the first thing that comes to mind is like I stopped trying to say that because I try to let go of my own biases. You know what I mean?
That's not
But
even
a lot of
misogynist.
people
You're
say-
being critical. Yeah.
But a lot of people say like waitress first before they say server. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. There's
I
like a
just
gender
say
version.
waiter
Yeah.
or waitress, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
really
But
said
waiter
server.
and waitress is like quantifying them between male or female.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm not talking about that because
Yeah.
there is, it's allowed. I feel like it's allowable to do that, to distinct between waitress or waiter.
Uh-huh.
But like this idea of like going to waitress first, even when you're not like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I never
like
had
let's
a
say
gender
like we're in a
bias. Yeah.
conversation, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, waitresses are always, you know what I mean? When it should be like servers
Yeah.
are always because
I never thought of that. That's
it takes
interesting,
away
yeah.
from the connotation of
Yeah.
male or female.
There's
You
an
know what I
implicit
mean?
bias. Like sometimes it comes to gender roles that people like assume that like I don't know. It's like things that we should break away
Yeah.
from essentially.
Also,
Yeah.
I noticed too. It's like I don't know. Maybe this is just something I'm thinking, but it's like I feel like you get the connotation of like waiter if it's like at a really fancy place.
Yeah,
And then if it's
right,
like,
right.
a less fancy place, but it's not like you get the food yourself.
Yeah,
then
right.
it's waitress.
Waitress,
So that could also
yeah.
be another thing where it's like the waiter is viewed as more
Yeah.
valuable than the waitress.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
Why is there a gender name for like waiter, waitress? Why isn't it just waiter and then that's it for like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think.
I say server now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't assume a gender. You know what I mean?
So the thing about it is just like I think the initial context of the English language is they distinctly put er and ess as like two separate things.
Mm.
So like they have an heir versus an heiress or an actor versus an actress. you
I don't know, just because I thought of like waiter and like I guess like I know like waiter or like waitress there's like the
Yeah.
gender to it, but like if I just thought to myself waiter, like right now it's just like I never really
Yeah.
associated it with like a gender.
To be honest,
So,
we
like,
don't
I'm
need
just,
that.
like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like it should just be waiter. Like the same thing with servers, just server, waiter should just be waiter. Like
Yeah,
gender,
right.
not gender specific.
No,
Right,
for real.
right.
Like, actually, for that same reason, some people they don't even say actress; they say everybody's an actor. Like in that
That's
way.
honestly
Yeah.
a fair thing to say too. I've never
Makes
thought
sense.
about that one,
Yeah.
but that's honestly a fair point.
Yeah.
Also, this is very inclusive of like gender neutral people. I mean, like people who don't identify as like a man or a woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
I think that's super inclusive to do it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. I think it also just goes back to the fact that like before this generation we had roles, like women and men had roles in certain jobs, you know what I mean? Like going back to like the Industrial Revolution,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I didn't live during that era, but I'm guessing waitresses, there was a lot of women within the serving business back then.
Yeah.
As much as there was like a male within like a fucking factory or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like a steel factory
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Labor is so gendered. At least
Yeah.
it was for so long.
Yeah. And it still is. It still
Yeah.
is, but it's changed because
It's,
in my
decreasing.
I mean, especially in serving, I feel like it still is.
Yeah.
And like especially in my job, like I'm literally the only male server out of 10.
Uh huh.
So, you know what I mean?
Actually, there's a gender component to like a lot of different fields. Like I work at a library,
Yeah.
and there's kind of an assumption that a lot of librarians tend to be like femme or female.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Like, there's like maybe it's not always the case, but it's more so like a bias that I think culturally we come to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And like, it's not always the case, but sometimes we just like subconsciously think about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, do you notice that like in working at the groceries or like at restaurants from your experiences, like working at Whole Foods, do you feel like there's, or is it kind of just like everybody's everybody?
I would say for the most part, well, the only places where I have noticed like a little gender kind of biases is like two departments. The one that I work in dairy is like now we finally have a girl that works in dairy.
Okay.
For like the first time and like ever, like I've never seen like a girl work back there. And in the meat department, there's not a single girl that works in the meat department. I would say those are the only two departments. The bakery, no, there are some guys in bakery, but not a lot. But there's also like not like a little, if that makes sense. But I would say like dairy and and meat department are the only ones where I'm just like, there's a big like gender differential. I guess if that's the word I want to say.
That makes sense.
For me, when I worked at Walmart, I'm just noticing like, I feel like customer service, which is the department I was in, it was kind of like, this is a slight lean towards more women, but there was still a decent like proportion of men. I feel like it was like so it's not decent, but like it's not like insane. It's like, you know, I think it was like 70 women, 30 men.
Yeah.
I feel like. But then like, you know, stocking, I didn't work there. But you know, I had some friends who did, and I would just see people like going through, and they would say that it's like all guys there.
All guys.
Yeah.
I think there's kind of and I feel like this is unfair, but there's kind of a connotation that men should take on the physical labor. You know what I mean? Which I think is sometimes it's not necessarily true. That like
there's 100% like girls stronger than me out there.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah. So it's just like weird ass expectations that's put on like men take on the physical labor, women take on the like the supportive labor.
Right.
And, like,
Men strong, women cook.
Yeah, it's just bullshit. Like I want to be a cook.
You know what's even worse than a server is a host. You never see a male host.
I was a male host.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were a male. I was a male host, but I'm saying like when we go out, I very rarely ever see a male host.
Yeah.
I would say it's more like women that I see as hosts, but I wouldn't say. I would say it's like 65-35.
You think it's like 65?
I would say it's like almost 50-50. It's more leaning towards women, but it isn't like a super big one. At least in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like I should keep track of it for a year and see the percentage.
That's a good study.
Yeah.
I think you could even like consult like why do you feel like you got the host position? You could even ask people. Yeah. I don't know.
But I feel like that would be kind of touchy. I feel like that'd be kind of touchy.
That would be like if you're asking strangers, they'd be like, dude, that's kind of a personal question.
Yeah, you know.
You don't think I deserve my job?
Damn. I don't know. It's like I'm not trying to like say you don't deserve to work here.
Yeah. You're a male.
God damn it. No, like, if we're basing like why people are hired on like their attractiveness, there's a lot of cute men out there. So like I feel like it's weird.
I've had a lot of jobs.
Yeah. Self-realized. Good job. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's just weird. Like I don't know. I feel that there is still this weird like gender component in like literally every aspect of employment. Well, like we'll see it as we like go into like the professional world.
Right. I feel like it's more. I feel like it's even worse in the professional world.
Yeah.
It has to be, bro.
Yeah.
Probably overall, but it also probably depends on the profession.
Yeah.
That's true.
Good point.
Yeah.
I would say one where it leans a lot more towards women is like elementary school teachers.
Yeah, I think in my entire elementary school, I only had like one guy. He wasn't like a teacher, but he was just like involved. He was like a
if there is a guy teacher, it's usually the gym teacher.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a gym teacher.
Damn, that's facts, bro.
Yeah.
That's facts.
All over me, even a lot of my gym teachers were.
I didn't even have that many male high school teachers.
Not really.
That's true.
And tell me why in college there's more male professors than female.
Ooh. Wait, is that true? Like,
In my opinion, yes. If you really think about it, dude.
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the courses, though.
No, yeah.
It depends on the courses,
Yeah.
but also, in my opinion, I feel like there's more male professors.
I mean, I take a lot of like liberal arts type of courses, so I think that there's kind of gender conceptions behind like the specific studies.
Yeah.
But, like for example, I think some people associate STEM with being a more male field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Not that the like associate. It just kind of there are more men in it. So like deadass, like I used to be an engineer.
Yeah.
And at one semester, the only girl in all of my classes was one. And she was the teacher.
Wow.
I was the only girl.
Yeah.
It sucked. I had fits for nothing.
Yeah. No, like, because also there's probably, like, definitely sexist barriers preventing a lot of women to, like, be in STEM, you know?
Probably.
Like there's, like, from how my brother describes it, because he's, like, a computer science major, there's just a lot of sexism regarding, like, computer science. Like, a lot of people are, like, kind of, like, they're men that come from backgrounds of, like, being inexperienced with women. So, like, when they, like, approach that, like, the opposite sex, they kind of, like, treat it in, like, a really, like, weird way. Like, I don't know. Like, I think there's just, like, biases that come from, like, just, like, some toxic cultures.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? But,
for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like maybe not for like, your specific field, but for, like, general education classes, I know I had a lot more male professors than I did female professors.
I see.
In my opinion, in my experience, you know what I mean?
Think about that.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for me it was kind of balanced, but I would say it leaned towards slightly more male. It was like 60% male, 40% female.
Right.
So there's there, but from my experience, I don't think it was like that big of a divide, you know. But then I feel like once you started getting into like more upper level classes for me, then the divide has become like more stark.
Okay. Yeah, but also, I know, I say only general education because I feel like, for me, my major in public policy, they try to push diversity and inclusiveness as much as possible. So I think there was a good balance. But I feel like in a lot of other majors outside of ours, there has to be more males than females. Like you were talking about, like STEM. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And I guess it's just like comparing, contrasting the idea between high school and elementary and middle school, where there was a lot more female teachers, compared to in higher education, where there's a lot more male teachers. There's maybe not a lot more, but there's definitely more male than female. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Why does that change? You know, once we reach college, you know what I mean?
Good question.
I feel like maybe it's because, you know, maybe this wouldn't be exactly true like nowadays, but like in the older days, I feel like it wouldn't have, just because like, college is more higher status, so we don't want to have women here.
Right.
Like
I also think a part of the reason why is early education. It kind of has this association as a caretaker role.
Yeah.
And there's a gender component of like expectation that women have to take that role on, even though that's like it's not necessarily true. Like, shout out stay-at-home dads, you're doing a great job.
Speaking of that, I don't know why. I understand why for the most part, like, more women are better at taking kids than like guys, but like I feel like there are definitely guys out there that can do a better job than some women. Not women.
But also maybe not necessarily has to do with the fact that like the idea of taking care, but it's just like, especially for like a newborn, I think it's that motherly connection, because as a newborn you just came out of your that person, you know what I mean? So you're more connected to that person when you're just born, I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it probably depends on the baby, because there are probably some babies that are just like, oh, see what I'm dad?
I mean, that's different. A baby, yes. As you start to develop
I'm talking about,
more.
like, I mean, as a newborn, I'm talking about a baby.
Yeah.
But like, apparently they say, like, if you have like a kid, like as a father, like to like you want that like skin to skin connection.
Right.
So like you like kind of like
newborn baby, like, I get what you're saying.
And like that way you have them him on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But don't you think maybe it's because the baby needs to get used to the father when it's already used to the mother? You know what I mean? Like like on a genetics or whatever you want to call it level, it's like the mother already has, because the baby is already inside of her, she has like this innate feeling of like what the baby's needs are. You know what I mean? Because like whatever she was consuming or whatever she was doing, she would feel the baby like move. You know what I mean?
I feel like the thing about it though is like it doesn't always have to be like hereditary,
right?
Because you know a lot of families they're adopted or like they're foster parents and stuff like that, and they still form that level of connection.
Right.
And I think about it like this is kind of like a random segue, but do y'all aspire to be fathers? Do you feel like okay?
Yeah. I don't know.
For me personally, I don't really care if I birth or if I create my own child or if I adopt my own child. As long as I can pass along my characteristics as a person, and like take care of somebody, like I'm okay with that.
I feel
what
that.
I mean?
I feel that as well. Yeah.
I kind of have a similar perspective. I mean, I'm not like, you know, this is definitely gonna be way in the future. But like, you know, I definitely like think I want to just like
don't jinx yourself, man.
Like, you know, I think I want to just, you know, raise like somebody. You know, I feel like.
What's your take, Wallo?
I don't know. It's just like I think about it and it's like, does having a kid sound cool? Yeah, but I'm like, that's a 24/7 thing, man.
For real.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I'd want to make that commitment because I wouldn't want to be a bad dad.
That's why I feel like, you know, you're gonna have kids, I feel like you have to like live a lot of life first. Like, don't be having a kid like right
That's
now.
the thing, man. It's like, damn, like parents, fuck, bro. Like, shit, you know.
Yeah.
We already go through a lot. Carrying our own lives, bro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having to worry about a whole nother one?
That's why I don't think I want kids but it's like such a but is it that bad that I have that selfish reasoning for not wanting a kid?
Oh,
no, it's not bad.
Being realistic with yourself.
Would I be like, I don't think I'd be a terrible dad.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't think I'd be as good a dad as I'd want to be.
Yeah, right.
No, that's super valid.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think like a challenge to that as well is that like we don't have to perceive like raising a kid as just like a mom and a dad. Yeah. In that way, I think it's actually important to like either incorporate like extended family or just like friends to like help take care of your kids.
Yeah,
that's true, but also it really depends on your relationship with your extended family too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
If I did have a kid, I don't know if I'd want to do that whole like kind of like parents are kind of like dictator-y.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean?
Like they're just like you're doing this and this because I said so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd want a more like communicative relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely something you should have.
I think we all aspire for that.
Yeah. I feel it, but that's the thing. I feel like sometimes parents don't do that on purpose. You know what I mean? It's just like it's how they were raised type of thing.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's also up to the next generation to kind of break the cycle, you know what I mean? Instead of being a dictatorship type of relationship, make it kind of like a guidance type of thing. You know what I mean? Like still tell your kid kind of like what to do, but also let them have their own boundaries. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
That's a good point.
It's just because like I'm just like if my kid wanted to like I don't know wear like some like weird ass shit. They're just like I want to wear this like pink ass shirt with like these green ass like shorts. And I'm just like fucking go for it, dude. And they're like I want to wear one sandal and I want to wear a shoe. And I want to have the sock with the sandal and no sock with the shoe. Okay. I'd just be like, do your thing, little man. Go for it. That sounds good to me. And I don't see a problem with that. But I know damn well if I was a little kid and I wanted to go dressed out like that, not that I would want to do that. Yeah. Because I was just like the most random like dress combination I could like think of. Yeah. But I know probably my mom wouldn't let me.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom wouldn't let me.
Yeah. They would say that's like straight silly.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why can't he wear that? Or she. Why can't they wear that?
I think a part of it as well is like we don't want to be our parents, but we like when at our most negative selves, we realize that we like embody negative traits.
I was about to say, do you guys ever see your parent in you? And you're just like, damn it!
Every day, man. Every day. Every time I get in like a negative argument, it comes up. And I'm like, I hate that I took the worst qualities from my mom and dad.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
But also but that's also our brain, like
just genetics, probably too.
It's genetics, but also that's our brain just focusing in on the negative.
Yeah.
There could be things that we carry positive about our parents too. True. You know what I mean?
True.
But we just don't give it as much thought as the negative because the negative is always weighs on us more than the positive. You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah.
So
I don't even know what traits I have of like my parents. I know I have them, but sometimes I'm just like, damn, I don't even know. I don't even know if I know my parents that well to know. And then
that's a good point. Because also sometimes you wouldn't realize what's a trait that you got like inherited until you're like pointed out because it feels like it's just you. You know?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I'm just like, what are my parents' traits? And I'm just like,
you guys ever have like a time where like one of your parents points out a trait in you that you got from like the other parent, and they're like, you're just like your like dad, you're just like your mom, and this is
but it hasn't happened a lot. But I know what you mean. I know it's happened, but I can't remember.
Yeah. It also all depends. It also all depends on like the type of relationship you have with your parents too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is it getting better?
So yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That's a real talk.
Shit, that was a real talk. I forgot we were podcasting.
I know. I was gonna say, do you guys want to end it there?
Yeah.
Or do you,
I feel like
it's a good place.
That's a good. Yeah. I feel.
Thank you for another episode of All Gas No Breaks. Like and subscribe.
Break your generational habits.
Let's
go to therapy.
That's
big facts.
Therapy.